Thanks for coming back to the BNS channel. Today is Monday Munchies. I need to come up with some kind of a jingle for it. Maybe some of you smart people out there can come up with one for me. Very excited about tonight's special. We're gonna do Halloween bark. Super simple treat, but extremely fun. You can be very creative with it. So the things that we're using tonight, don't feel that you have to limit yourself to that, or maybe even you find that it's too much. Who knows? But we're gonna have fun with this tonight, and I'm very excited. So let's get our tools in place so that you know what you need. First and foremost, you can use a cookie sheet. I have this plastic dish that I think is gonna work fabulously. And then I have a piece of wax paper or parchment paper that I have lined the bottom with. So that's all this paper is. That just makes it easy for us to remove the bark when we are done. You're gonna need yourself a nice glass bowl to melt your meltables in. You are going to need some milk chocolate Velata meltables. And matter of fact, we might get a little crazy tonight. I have some leftover peanut butter and some leftover white from one of our last Monday Munchies. So I might incorporate that by using the rest of it up in our bark. Very excited about this, you guys. You have no idea. All right. Also, you're going to need stuff. You're gonna need things to put in the bark. So this is Butterfinger mix-ins. This is like an ice cream, I don't know, an ice cream topping, I guess. You can have little sprinkles or jimmies, or you can have little, other kind of candies to put, decorate cakes and cupcakes and stuff. I have Kit Kats that we're going to be using. I have gummy worms that we're going to be using. I also have candy corn that we're going to be using. I have little mini marshmallows that we're going to be using, and I forgot my eyeballs. So at one point when we're doing this, I'm gonna pause the video and go get my eyeballs. Probably a good time is when we're melting the chocolate. So that's the very first thing that we need to do, is we need to melt our chocolate. So we're gonna take our meltables. I'm using the entire container or bag, which is a whopping 6 ounces of chocolate. So that's going into the microwave. I do it 30 seconds at a time. I stir and I do it some more, and we'll be right back. Hey everybody, we are back. I did 30 seconds and another 30 seconds. And again, I don't do it till it's all melted. I let it melt on itself, because that way I know it's gonna be the right consistency. It's gonna be nice and creamy. You're gonna see some chunks in there because it's not completely melted, but the heat will radiate through the chocolate and melt the rest of it. So it's hot enough that it will do that. So we're just gonna keep stirring this until it's completely melted. And I found my eyeballs. Got a package of eyeballs. See? Remember, we're doing Halloween bark. That's what this is. All right, so this looks like it's fairly melted, and I brought a little spatula so that I could get all the gooey goodness of the last drop in there. Okay, let's start dumping. We'll have to. Hey guys, I'm so sad right now. If you notice that I got cut off mid-sentence, I went and recorded and I thought everything was recording, and then all of a sudden I looked up and it had shut off. So, unfortunately, you didn't get to see me decorating this. However, I think you get the gist. So you just basically place candies into the melted chocolate and decorate it however you want. You can add anything in there that you want. What I want to do right now that doesn't matter that this is starting to harden. That's totally fine. I'm going to melt the rest of my peanut butter and my vanilla. I'm going to come back and I'm just going to drizzle it on the top of this to kind of use up what I have. So I am going to put the video on pause this time. And I will be back. All right, I'm back and I have my white chocolate in here. You know what I did notice though, it is it's a lot thicker than the chocolate one, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to drizzle. And my peanut butter is really not, there's not enough. I'm going to make some white strands on my, this is going to be some thick chocolate. Almost looks like ghosts, like little ghosts. Let's do another one. There. Okay, so that's all I'm doing with the chocolate. I'm going to throw this in the freezer. And then I'm going to come back and show you how this gets broken up so that you can give it to people. But isn't that super cool? Hey, so we're waiting for the bark to harden, and I had quite a bit of white chocolate left, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to dip some in Oreos, and I might as well show what I do. So basically, I'm just dipping it, and I'm going to lay it flat. I need to get that spoon out. So you dip one end of it, make sure that you get all sides. Oh, I lost half my cookie in there. Oh my, wow. Hey guys, so I wanted to come back on real quick and show you something that I'm doing with my leftover white chocolate. This probably could be a show of its own, but I'm going to add it to this one because I can. I took some Oreo cookies and I'm just crunching them up and mixing them into the white chocolate and kind of making, I mean, I don't want it soft. I don't want all the chunks gone, but I want to do as much as I can. So that's what I'm doing, is just kind of mixing and mushing. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it on to a piece of paper plate. A piece of paper plate? How about a paper plate? And kind of flatten it out. And then I'm just going to throw this in the refrigerator as well. And it makes kind of like an Oreo bark. Delicious. All right, everybody, we're back. This was in the refrigerator for probably an hour, I'd say. And then my little extra piece here. But I'm going to tell you that this is absolutely delicious. I've done this before and it's very delicious. So I wanted to show you, this is something that you could potentially use. You know how you get your cookies and stuff in these nice plastic bowls? You could utilize that for either gift giving or just storing your bark. But we're going to go ahead. See how it came out? Isn't that super cute? I'm going to go ahead and take it out of the dish. That way I have a flat surface. And actually I'm going to get my antibacterial cutting board from Velata. And I'm gonna put that underneath because I don't want to cut my counter. It's just laminate. And I'm gonna cut up my bark. Now, you could potentially probably just take this. See how this is nice and hard? This is all one piece. So I could break it with my hands if I want to, but I want to kind of do a little bit of symmetry here with the candies. So I'm gonna take my Velata, I don't even know what kind of knife this is. It's the block knife, that's what I call it. And we're just gonna start cutting. So I'm gonna do like around the eyeballs, and let's see how we can get through this. Oh, it's breaking on its own. Okay, well, that's fine too, I suppose. So here is what it's doing. And I could break it in pieces. So here's your bark, guys. And how fun would this be to make with your kids? See how this is going around the candies, which is totally fine. And depending on where you put your candies, I think is really what's going to make the difference. I'm gonna cut in between that worm. It's the worms that are getting me. And I'm gonna do this piece here. And I'm gonna eat that because I can. Gosh, delicious. And then we're gonna cut here. Oh, there goes the fire. My husband is a volunteer firefighter. And I'm not sure if that was a call because it's really hard to hear, but he's not here. He's working in the woods, so he can't answer it anyway. So here are your bark pieces. How super cute is that, you guys? Now you can hand these to the kids if you're having a party. Oh, look at the marshmallow. Look at the little worm and hang over. All right. So that is our bark. I'm gonna go ahead and put that into my bowl. That's all done. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut this guy up too. See how he hardened? This one's probably gonna be easier because there's no candies to go around. And it just makes some nice Oreo bark. So see how that looks? That is delicious. Here, let me find out. All right, guys. I hope you found this fun. That's delicious. The Oreo bark, the Halloween bark. It is super easy to make. It would be a fun thing to do with your kids. Halloween is coming up. That's why I thought it would be kind of cute to use the eyeballs and stuff, candy corns and the worms and that sort of thing. But you could do this bark for any holiday, really. It just really depends on what you put into it. Or you can make it just because. So if you want to use the Oreo bark, this is absolutely delicious. This is very, very delicious, you guys. And these are so fun and delicious. Of course, there's tons of candy. There's a major sugar rush happening there. But that's what we do here. We cook and create, right? So thank you for joining me again for another Monday Munchie. I look forward to next Monday and what we're going to create together. I thank you for coming to the B&S channel and sharing in these experiences with me as I'm learning to do more and more with my Velata products. And I hope that you come back next Monday. So again, we're cooking food for the soul and creating memories for the heart. I'll see you next time.